Good day, everyone. My report is all about internal factors influencing human resources management, the continuation of Mom Labrador report. I am Yvonne Jane ANORE, the second reporter. This is our objectives. Discuss the internal factors influencing human resources and management. The second one, identify the factors influencing human resources and management. These are the internal factors influencing human resources management: mission, policies, organizational culture, organizational conflicts, organizational structure, HR systems. My report is all about the two internal factors, the organizational conflict and the human resource management or the HR system. First is organizational conflicts. Conflict in the workplace is any disagreement or behavior involving HR that disrupts the flow of work, prevents collaboration, or stifles creativity. So we all know that inside the organization, there is always a conflict between the employee and the organization itself. According to S.K. Chakraborty, there are qualities that conflict arise inside the organization. And what are those qualities? First is personal goal versus organizational goal. The conflict here is sometimes we follow our personal goal rather than the goal of the organization. Next is personal ethics versus organizational ethics. We have our own principles and values in life, and there is also principles and values inside the organization. And the conflict here is sometimes we forgot, as an employee, we forgot the ethics of the organization. Sometimes we follow our own principle and values rather than the principle and values of the organization. And that's the conflict here. Next is the rights versus duties. So we have our individual rights as a person, and as an employee also we have our own rights. But on the other hand, we have also our duties inside the organization. Sometimes we forget, as an employee, we forget our duties inside the organization, and we follow our own rights rather than following our duties inside the organization. So there is a conflict here. Next is the obedience versus self-respect. We follow the instructions of the authority, or we obey what is in the organization. But we have also our self-respect. But if obedience and self-respect employee doesn't have inside the organization, then there is a conflict inside of the organization. Another qualities of an employee that can create conflicts in the organization is discipline versus autonomy, self-confidence versus arrogance, authority versus responsibility, actualization versus aggrandizement, leadership versus followership, delegation versus abdication, participation versus anarchy, feedback versus abuse, cleverness versus wisdom, grooming versus pampering, doing versus becoming, material benefits versus change versus stability, grade versus renunciation, short term versus long term. That's all about the qualities of an employee that create organizational conflicts. Next internal factor is the human resource system. The survival, development, and performance of an organization depends heavily upon the quality of its personnel. In designing HR subsystems, the HRM might consider the following points. The first issue is recruitment. Recruitment is a process of identifying, screening, shortlisting, and hiring potential resource for filling up the vacant positions in an organization. This is the role of HR system. The role of the HR department is to recruit employee that will fill up the vacant position in an organization. The focus of recruitment is internal and external sources. So what is internal and external sources in recruiting an employee? When you say internal and external sources of recruitment have their own merits and demerits, where internal recruitment is focused on hiring employees that are already working with the organization. And the external recruitment focuses on bringing new talent to the organization from external sources. So when you see internal sources are those employee that is already working inside the organization. And when you say external sources are those person that bring new talent to the organization from the external sources. The next issue is selection. It's the process of identifying an individual from a pool of job applicants with the requisite qualifications and competences to fill job in the organization. The focus here in selection is merit, experience, promotion from within. In human resource system, in human resource department, sometimes the HR will select employees who will be promoted. The next issue is training and development, are educational activities within the organization that are designed to improve the job performance of an individual or group. The focus here is regular and need-based. The HR department must conduct a training and development regularly for the professional growth of the employee. Next is participation management, refers to as an open form of management where employees are actively involved in organization's decision-making process. The focus here is the top-down, bottom-up. Next is incentives, refers to rewards given to employees in monetary or non-monetary form in order to motivate them to work more efficiently. In organization, the HR department will give an incentives for the employee, individually or group output. Next is job security, is the presumption or confidence of an employee that he will not lose his current job he is holding to. The focus here is the lifelong employment and the need-based jobs. Next is the employee welfare. It's the interest of employee, employer, and the society as a whole. It enables workers to perform their work in healthy and favorable environment. The focus here is the legal provision and be a model employee. The HR department or the human resource system must aware of the employee welfare. That's all of my report. This is my reference. Before I end up, allow me to share this quote from Lei Yakoka. Management is nothing more than motivating other people. Thank you for listening and have a good day.